Hi guys, and welcome to Theme Thursday. As you can see, I have Mr. Dusty with me. And I am hoping to do more than changing videos coming up. Hopefully things in life are gonna slow down. Being my kids are having camp coming up, at least I have a little bit of time to myself. Part of the reason why I haven't done really any outing videos lately is we really haven't been going out much. Just kind of doing the basics because it's so hot and I don't do well in heat. I mean, a week or so ago, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, I honestly don't even remember at this point. I was in the ER due to heat exhaustion and dehydration. They don't know what keeps causing me to just randomly dehydrate. But I had gone into my favorite thrift shop, whose apparently their AC, I don't know if it just doesn't work or if they just don't have it on very high. I'm not fully sure what was up with the AC that day. And the store was incredibly hot. They had a few big fans running in the store, but it was more, it kind of basically was just circulating hot air. And I was in the store maybe 5 minutes, and I was looking at the baby clothes, seeing if anything caught my interest. And before I go into fully the story, this week's theme is Christmas in July. And this was as Christmassy as I could find for boy clothes, because last Christmas didn't really have many boys. So this coming up Christmas, I will be looking for stuff. Anyways, back to the story. I was in the store. I was in there probably 5 minutes. And all of a sudden I felt sick. Like, I felt really lightheaded and like I was going to pass out. So they have chairs just around the store. Some are for sale, some aren't. And there was one nearby, so I quickly sat down, and as you can probably see in my videos, I have a Fitbit. And it's the heart rate version. So it tells you, kind of gives you an idea of what your heart rate is. And as I sat down, I was still feeling lightheaded, and I just felt like my heart was pounding. So I checked my Fitbit, and my pulse was 150. That is not normal for me in any way, shape, or form. So it kind of had me worried, and I already had some stuff in my hand to purchase, so instead of just keep looking, I went up to go pay, and while I was in line, I started feeling, it was one of those frustrating things that, in I could have put the stuff back, and then just left, but I'm like, no, it shouldn't take too long. Well, of course, the girl in front of me is flirting with the guy at the counter. It's like, hurry it up. And there was people even behind me in line. But anyways, as I'm waiting in line, I started feeling sick, like sick to my stomach. So I hurry up and purchased my items, and I asked him quickly, I'm like, can I get the bathroom key, please? So he gave me the bathroom key, and I ran to the bathroom, did what I needed to do in there, and I had already paid for my stuff, so I kind of just dropped the key off, said thank you as I left the store, because the keys are in the front, or at the front with the cashier for the restroom. And get in the van, call my husband, because I'm like, I don't dare drive on interstate to the hospital. But I knew I had to go. And then I was thinking, oh, well, maybe getting into the van, I'll start feeling better. Well, I get into the van, turn on the air conditioner, had it at full blast, because it was so hot, the air conditioner really couldn't keep up that well, but it was better than in the store. And as I'm driving home, I'm checking my heart rate, and like sitting in the van and driving, it's still between 120 and 130, which is still not normal for me. So my husband was at home with the kids, so I call him. I'm like, I'm on my way home. He looks dusty. He looks so cute in this. I'm on my way home. Get the kids ready. And I get home, I need to go to the ER. So I get home, pick them up. He drops me off at the ER. I checked in, and they took me right from triage to a room. And this, honestly, was one of the quickest ER trips I have ever made. I don't know if it was just they weren't that busy, or if it was just because of they thought it might have been my heart. I didn't know, I didn't know what was going on, and they weren't 100% sure. In triage, they came in and did an EKG right then and there. While the EKG didn't show anything wrong with my heart itself, they could clearly see that it was beating way too fast. For me being like literally in the car for 20 minutes from my house to the hospital, not really moving much, and then when they did the EKG, I was just sitting. So they basically said it was beating too fast, so they took me into an ER room and had hooked me up to the monitors. At this point, my heart was still beating too fast, and my blood pressure was way too high. So they started giving me an IV, and literally in 10 minutes, they opened up the IV fully, so it wasn't dripping. It was just as fast as my body was taking in the saline. For those that have had IVs, understand what it means. But they opened it up within like 10-20 minutes. Like, I had finished the IV and I still felt horrible. Although my heart rate was coming down and my blood pressure was coming down at this point. So they gave me another IV bag, and they also had turned down the temperature in the room I was in. So it was pretty cold in there to most people's standards. And they ran some tests. They did a bunch of blood tests, and everything came back normal. And they said that they didn't think it was my actual heart. They just think it was a combination of dehydration already, and then going into this store that basically had no AC. And honestly, since then, I really haven't left the house all that much, unless going to like a specific store, and it has to be at night. It can't be it either has to be in the morning or at night. It can't be during the day when it's really hot, because a lot of stores around here, I don't know, once again, if they just keep their AC lower, or if it's because the doors keep opening and closing, or what exactly it is. But like going into Lowe's or Home Depot in this area right now, it's like, it's hot. It's extremely hot in there for me, and I start feeling sick. Walmart, I can go and be in it if I'm going in for specific things and I'm not just walking around looking at stuff. I'm okay. As long as I'm in there like less than a half an hour, I'm okay. They're one of the ones that it seems like they keep the heat lower. Target, I'm completely fine in. But even up north, Targets were usually really hot. Or not really hot. In the summer, were kept cold. And from what I understood, the reason why Target does that is because they want their customers comfortable. Because the more comfortable you are in a store, the more likely you're going to shop. And not just like how I'm at Walmart, basically run in, get what I need, and get out. If I go into Target and it's cooler, it's hot outside and it's really cool in Target, heck yeah, I'm going to walk around in Target and look around and most likely buy a lot of stuff I don't need. But that's just like walking into Target at any point in time. You walk in for one thing and walk out with a cart full, forgetting what you came for. But anyways, we really, like, going to the grocery store has been kind of quick trips as well. I haven't been out doing much. My daughter's team was in regionals. I unfortunately, and I felt horrible, could not go to those games because it was way too hot for me. She has state games coming up, and I'm kind of worried about that. They're out of town, and my husband plans on driving back and forth for a couple of them. He's thinking about taking some time off work, and we maybe stay overnight there 1 or 2 of the nights. We're not sure yet. If we end up staying overnight, I possibly might go, and my husband wants to go to the zoo where we would be staying, but I don't know if we'd do the zoo. They have a pretty good mall there, and it's a pretty decent mall. It's the one that has Build-A-Bear in it. And while we probably are trying to avoid Build-A-Bear with the kids, we try to avoid, I can't even think, just kind of go walk around. I probably, if we do that, I won't bring any of the babies with, just because I don't want to leave them in the hot car. And that's the other issue is, like, when my daughter's tournaments for regionals, it was 1 night and 1 day, and this is going to be 5 days at night, in the evening, where at least it's a little bit cooler. But my husband was like, oh, you can stay in the car. I'm like, what's the point of going to the tournament if I'm just going to sit in the car and I can't even watch her play? So that's where my frustration is. But so that's why I know everybody's probably getting sick of watching changing videos right now. It's just I haven't been feeling the best, so I haven't really been going out much. Just like I had ordered some stuff from Carter's around the 4th of July. And I did the ship to store, and it finally came into the store, so I need to go pick that up. But like I said, other than that, I really haven't been shopping much. I've been shopping online, much to my husband's chagrin, especially during Prime Day. It's like, what are you buying now? And honestly, like, buying stuff on Prime Day, I didn't buy anything for the dolls. It was a car seat for my son, a cat tree because my son's been insisting we needed one, laundry detergent, and Christmas presents for my sister-in-laws. That was all I got. So, anyway, speaking of Christmas, I was going to call him Yukito. Dust You looks super cute in this Carter's. It's newborn. It fits him just right. So those that either want baby think it overs or neonates, or plan on getting one, their size, this is Carter's, this is size newborn, and it fits him. Well, the shirt's a little short. If you can pull it down, it fits just right. Like, honestly, if this was a real baby, I would be sizing up at this point. So he wears about newborn, larger newborn, smaller 0 to 3 month stuff. Sometimes 0 to 3 month stuff's a little bit big on them. But even with my real babies, when stuff would get to fit like this, where like the sleeves, like you have to yank on them to get them to fit right, at this point I would be calling it too small and putting him in the next size up. But anyways, he looks super cute in this. It's the red shirt. It's a corduroy overalls. He looks really cute in overalls. And it's got one of Santa's little reindeers on it with a white and red striped scarf. And like, I don't have much for boys for Christmas. I need to change that this year. I was looking through my stuff. I'm like, seriously, this is all I have for Christmas, and it's not even really Christmassy. Well, it's got a reindeer on it, but it's closer. The only other stuff I had was snowmen. So, I hope you guys are having fun doing these. I'm going to do the theme Thursdays until the end of August, and then in September I have a whole nother idea. Crystal kind of touched upon that, so you have to wait and see what that is. But with that other idea, I have stuff planned out until actually February. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you all later. Bye!